Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Warrington Nanago, and you're watching my life icons. Today's episode is the very first beauty and fashion episode of my channel, so I'm very excited. And since this is the first time I would have to serve this kind of episode, I wouldn't actually settle for less. My guest for tonight is definitely one of Toledo's women of substance, a fashion vixen, and definitely a fashion icon from an iconic Ruffles family. Ladies and gentlemen, a public figure and every inch a model, Miss Risa Ruffles.
Hi,
Hi,
Warren.
how are you
Um,
tonight?
I'm really nervous because actually this is my first time to be in a YouTube channel, and I would like to greet all your subscribers. Good evening, everyone, and I'm really happy to be here with you.
Yay, finally, Miss Risa with me on the same screen. Thank you very much for saying yes. Although Miss Risa already saw me before, but this is definitely our very first conversation. So, and then after 30 minutes, we had to shoot. So, but of course, I love fashion, and she's a fashion icon. So I'm sure the conversation would just go well. Miss Riz, let's go back to the day when John Raffles, your nephew, who is Toledo City's Public Information Officer, mentioned that I would like to invite you to guest on my vlog. What was your initial reaction? What's the first thing that came to mind?
Um, I was really looking forward to it. Considering this is my first, and I have watched your channel on YouTube and Facebook. I was really surprised that we have a blogger here in Toledo, and I'm very proud to be part of Toledo City.
Well, thank you for recognizing. And there are actually a lot. And I'm just one of the lucky few who's actually been recognized by someone like you. Of course, I thank you very much. Um, and you, of course, belong to a household name. Raffles is an iconic name. And that's because your grandfather was a former congressman and your brother was a former vice mayor of Toledo City. Hence,
Yes.
the the construction of Raffles Street. Every time you pass by Raffles Street, what memories are actually brought back, or what's the first thing that comes to mind every time you pass by Raffles Street?
It would always do me proud considering that it was named after my late grandfather, but it's also the same street where I grew up. So diha mi mag-agi-agi when we go to school, when we go to church, maagi-agid siya.
Mm. It also reminds you of your childhood. Mm,
Yes.
my goodness. Only a few people in this world can have that kind of honor to have your last name to have your last name actually embedded or printed or to read on a signage like that. So um, I I won't ask you to explain what's the feeling because I would never relate. I can never relate to that. And is that the reason, Miss Risa, that up until now you actually stick with public service, with a government service? Is that the reason why? Because you were born and raised in a family of public servants.
Um, I have been in public service as far as I can remember because I am a RAFOLS. And then considering that my late grandfather is a congressman. So actually, public service is part of my blood already.
Mm.
So for me also, it does not necessarily mean that you have to have a seat in the city council, you have to be a mayor, you have to be a vice mayor to be able to serve. You can actually serve just by being, just by sitting down in an office. You can serve our people, even though you are just in an office. But it does not really mean that you have to have a seat in the city council.
Now that you are a public servant, how would you answer this iconic interview question or interview instruction? Tell me something about yourself. How would you answer this now? Tell me something about yourself.
Well, the best that would fit me is that, of course, I am a single mom. I am a warrior, and I am fulfilled, and I'm very happy with my work.
That is a very substantial and very deep answer from a woman who was actually matured by a lot of very significant experiences. Now, since you are actually in the public service, you are very much visible. Thus, you are a public figure. And that's why I could not help myself from noticing that you have really an eye for fashion. That's why you're a fashion icon. How do you feel when you hear people like me, tell you that you're a fashion icon?
It really would make me happy that people see me as like that. I'm very flattered, but I wear what I feel comfortable wearing, and I dress lightly. And
Exactly. Always wear what's comfortable and everything follows.
yeah.
So, if you were to give a definition of a fashion icon, what would the definition be? Who is for you a fashion icon?
Heart Evangelista.
Wow, I agree. Heart, Heart Evangelista is one of my icons, one of my idols, and definitely she's the
Yeah.
very definition of um, icon, fashion icon. My goodness, Ma'am Risa, you're a perfect guest for the very first fashion episode because you have the same icon, Heart Evangelista. My goodness. I was about to ask you, can you name a celebrity or a person whom you consider a fashion icon like you? And you hit it right. My goodness. Perfect
But
answer.
I cannot really compare myself because that's too way far behind. But she is one of those that I looked up as, very fashionista.
Exactly.
Hmm.
How is dressing well, or how is power dressing important in your job? And why is it important for you to really have this kind of ensemble, to really choose as well and everything?
For me, as long it does not really need to be branded because I'm actually an ukay baby. So
My
I
God,
just go
same
to
here.
yeah, I just go to the store behind my house, and it does not really need to be expensive. As long as you feel light what you are wearing, as long as I have mentioned earlier, that you are comfortable with what you are wearing. I just make it a point that if you wear something printed on top, make sure that it has to complement with what is down below.
Exactly. It has to flatter the curves, flatter the figure that you have.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of covering like makeup, like wearing makeup. My goodness. I know you have already given a very important fashion principle. You told us earlier that you have to prioritize fashion and you have to choose fashion pieces that would definitely flatter our figure rather than emphasizing the faults or the flaws. What other fashion tips can you give, fashion principles that you follow that you can share to our viewers?
um, as I have mentioned also earlier, that if, like in my case, I'm actually 50 years old, so I have to choose something that would look make me look a little bit younger. Kay ug magpatuyang lang ka nga just because you are aging already, it does not really necessarily mean that you cannot wear skimpy clothes but presentable. So depende ra gyud na nimo if magpatiguang ka diha, you will really look old. But with the position I am holding right now, I have to be presentable. So I have to make myself look a little bit younger.
Yes. So being middle aged or being quote unquote older is
Yeah,
definitely part of the list of considerations. That should
yeah.
be. It
Mm.
can be the last or nothing or not at all in the list of considerations. Wow, that's perfect. Now I would like to ask you. I'm sure you have worn a lot, thousands of fashion pieces from that time that you were a teenager until now. What do you remember is your favorite outfits?
I'm very comfortable with wearing dresses. I don't go for pants because for me it's really very heavy, and something that would show my, I cannot wear like loose dresses. It has to fit me. I
Mm,
don't normally wear kana bitang mga dagko like kanang
the
lukag.
baggies,
Yeah, the baggy,
baggy
yeah, the baggy type of
dresses, yeah.
dress. But I usually go out with dresses that fits my body.
And you are actually gifted. You have the genes, you have long legs, you have beautiful hips, and you have your breasts are really nice.
I'll take that as a compliment.
You're voluptuous. You remind me of Heidi Klum, the German supermodel. Do you know Heidi Klum?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remind me of her. One of the ultimate Victoria's Secret angels. And that's also one thing that makes you a fashion icon because you have the genes. You don't have to fight for it. A lot of people would still fight the battle of genes because they're actually born with a heavier on the heavier side. So you're so lucky actually.
It has something to do that it would flaunt your skin, your body tone. Basta I don't go for loose dresses.
And if you're just in the house, what do we expect you to wear? If you're just in the house, like let's say I just want to be a homebody for today. I won't go out. I'll just be here 24/7. I mean for 24 hours. What are you gonna wear?
I go for um ano bitong garterized nga shorts.
Ah,
Uh, the comfy shorts and uh, spaghetti blouses.
I
Ana
would
ra
like.
gid siya.
Who are those people? Who are those people, Miss Risa, who actually help you or assist you achieve your dream outfit for a particular occasion? Like me, if I have a concept to remodel a fashion piece or fashion pieces, I have my nandiyan ni Binalayo, whom I really
Okay.
trust in remodeling my clothes. How about you? Do you have a trusty seamstress who actually assists you?
Actually, since I have been, since I have been on my own for 13 years, so most of the stuffs or most of the things that I do it alone. But we have Google, we have Facebook, we have different social media wherein you can actually see as to what's in. So I do that all the time. So I don't normally depend on somebody to help me out with the manner that I dress. Mostly it's done through Googling.
So maybe you can actually do the sewing.
No, no. I just bought pieces from the
Ah,
ukay-ukay. Yeah,
and you
yeah.
combine,
So
mix
I,
and match.
I I I will mix them with my shirts or with my
Mm,
skirt. Yeah, I don't really have a designer.
okay, wow, that's great. That's really cost effective, cost efficient.
Yeah.
My goodness. Okay,
Okay.
now we'll now have the my favorite part. My favorite part is I have chosen my three beautiful fashion pieces that Miss RAFOLS had already worn. And I'd like to tell her the story of these fashion pieces. The very first one is this one, this peach gown you wore in a wedding. Tell us the story.
Okay. It was actually a wedding of one of my staff before, and she always looks up to me as an aunt. Okay. I wore that because I have always this mindset that sexy but elegant. As you can see, it was actually a mini dress inside, and but It was a see-through dress. It's sexy inside, but it looks very elegant on the outside.
Yes. Because of the see-through skirt that you
Yeah.
have to cover. Yeah. But it's so unique, so elegant, but still there's like an oomph. There's an oomph of sexiness.
Yeah. The story of that dress is that I was actually the one who went over to a designer and have it designed for me.
Oh,
So I gave the concept and she brought it into reality.
exactly. It came to life.
Yeah, it came to life.
And it was worn by, of course, Ma'am Riza Raposo. A dreamy gown actually. The second one is this gold piece. So,
Yeah.
I mean, in what event did you wear this and what's the story?
It was during the employees' night last year. Employees' night. And it was designed for me by one of our designers here in our city, who is also the designer of Mayor Joy, si Eve Puluyapoy. I forgot. Yeah, but just the same thing. I gave the concept and she brought it to life. It was supposedly a part of the competition for the employees' night, but I inhibited myself because I was the focal person for the entire fiesta activities, and that was part of the fiesta activity. So I just inhibited myself. So I did not join the contest. I just ramped, and that's it.
My goodness. So is it safe to say that that certain Miss Eve is like the personal stylist and fashion
Yeah. Yes. Here.
consultant of
Yeah.
Ma'am Joy?
Mhm.
Okay. But he's not an in-house like City Hall employee or
No.
designer. Ah, okay.
No.
Okay. It was sexy but not cheap. Definitely not
Yeah.
cheap. So that's the good thing about Ma'am Riza. She can actually pull any sexy stuff like but there's always elegance in it. She can
Mhm.
never do away with elegance. So congratulations. And the
Thank you.
third of my most favorite is that sweetheart tube violet gown. My goodness. What's the story and in what event did you wear?
Okay. It was a Christmas party a few years ago. The gown was made by the late Junji Kabatas. He was my official makeup artist and official designer. All my gowns during the previous years, I got it from his shop. So it
My
was
goodness.
a party of all the call center agents here in Toledo City. And it was, really have to look presentable because it was held at Radisson Blue.
Fashion do hotel.
Yeah.
That's why we could actually feel the magic in the art in that piece of artwork because it's actually done by one of Toledo's iconic fashion designers,
Yes.
the late Junji Kabata. So may rest in peace, Junji, and thank you for your contribution to the fashion industry. My goodness, he was also a very good friend of mine. Wow. So like you, an alumna, as Consolatrix College alumna, told me that every time there's a reunion or like any alumni related activities, you always grab the either best dress award or look of the night. What do you think is the reason for that? What makes you
Na,
different from the rest? I mean, what's your secret?
it's not actually that I bagged those awards. I am just included as finalist or as candidates
Ah,
for
okay.
only candidate. But I just prepare and mauro gina
Yeah,
kanang
that's
mag-andam
different.
lagid ko. I always find ways. I always maneuver around to find a dress that would fit me, that would fit the occasion, but it has to be comfortable. It has to be light because when events like that happens, naam ginang kiat. So it
Yeah.
has to sway also with ug asa ka padung.
Mm-hmm.
So kiat
Exactly.
ka, kiat. Oh, it can also be worn nga magkiat ka. It can also be worn that the instances nga you have to be refined also.
Plus, it should not break the bank.
Yeah.
It should be very cost effective. It
Yeah.
should give you money. And one of my favorite principles that you have mentioned is you mix and match. So it's always practical to buy a fashion piece which you can actually use to pair with others. And
Yes.
something
What
which can
I what actually what I normally do is just I used to sell before. I do online live selling also kanang sa okay bitaw. Kunya
Mm,
it's always okay because honestly speaking um uh kuan ko siya kanang I'm my budget is really tight considering I am a single mom and with all the bills that I have to pay. So I can only afford kana ra yung ukay-ukay. And Jude, I don't normally buy stuffs in the mall kanang akong isulob. It's because mura man tagkuan kanang mag-uniform, inani bitaw daghan kay siyang pareha. It's not the same thing with ukay-ukay nga ikaw ra gyud.
exactly.
And
It's not only
it's very
right.
affordable.
It's not only about the affordability, but yeah, but you have to believe me, and I know you believe me that again, it's so seldom, it's very rare that you will come across a person who will wear the same thing. And the
Yeah.
quality of the textile, my
Yes.
goodness.
And you can buy branded stuff in Okay.
Exactly.
Okay
So
baby
it
here.
works. Exactly. Same here. My goodness. So thank you so much for the fashion advice. How proud are you as a Toledano? As a Toledana?
Having born and raised here in Toledo, uh, with my family, with the present administration, uh, I'm I would probably say that words can never be enough to describe how grateful I am, how proud I am to be a Toledana by heart and in mind. It's
Wow.
always it's always such a beautiful feeling to be a part of a joyful city.
Mm. Being a proud Toledana, what do you consider the milestones or highlights of your career before you actually landed in your position now?
The highlights, as a human being, I would probably say is that not everyone uh, got the chance to be mentored by a former senator because, as you know, I was the former secretary to the mayor of Mayor Osmeña, and I was also the private secretary. So not everyone is afforded the same chances. And secondly, I was able to raise my kids single-handedly. Nga, uh, it's like 13 years that I have been raising them, and look, karon dagko na niya. It's not, I don't have achieved so much in life, but I probably would consider that raising my kids was also an achievement. And lastly, it's not every day that a 50-year-old would graduate.
Wow, congratulations, Larissa.
O wa matiguang, wa muskwila.
But that's okay. You look very young for your age, so you look very good for your age, so that doesn't matter. My goodness. So and I know that part of your success is definitely the way you dress. Your fashion statements are actually part of your success because I'm sure a lot of people gave you the respect not only because of your intelligence and not because of your skills and your achievements, but also because you really look good. And so stay that way because it's so inspiring. It's never fashion, it's never a vanity, especially if your principles are like yours. So never a vanity. Okay, so thank you very much. You've given us more than enough for the span of this interview, but we have one more segment, and it's also one of my favorites. According to many fashion magazines, there are really things that a woman should have in her closet, in her walk-in closet, wardrobe, whatever. So I would like to check if you have the following items. Okay, so a woman should have a bold red lipstick?
I have, but sad to say, I have actually, I have it with me, but honestly speaking, um, my lipstick came from my friends because I don't really buy. Okay,
It's given. It's
but
given.
given by my friend, it's a gift from my friends. But this is what I would also like to impart for somebody like me that is aging gracefully. For me lang niha, this is my personal opinion.
Exactly.
I really don't go for red lipstick because it makes me look old. I would rather have the nude, light colored lipstick is if I have, but most my lipstick are all red, so I have no choice. But that is my belief that if you wear red lipstick, it seems like it made me mature. So gusto ko light gid unta.
Actually, you are really an educated woman because according to makeup artists, if you wanna erase 10 years from your age, you wear peach or light colored lipstick.
Yes. Yes.
If you want to look mature, then red
Yeah.
lipstick.
But it's also depends on the occasion that you
And the
will be
dress,
attending.
yes.
Yeah, on the dress. Yeah.
And the ensemble. Very good. A woman should have a woman should have a little black dress.
Most of my dresses are actually black, but when I was the secretary to the mayor of Mayor Ismenia, he doesn't like black. So
You
I
look
opted
beautiful.
yeah. So I opted to more radiant colors. Red, pink,
Orange. I saw your orange.
orange,
Pink.
yeah. But I have black dresses.
Yeah.
Yellow.
You actually look good in any color. I saw your picture. I should know. The third one is you should have white t-shirts.
I have because especially now that we're really busy preparing for the fiesta activities, so you cannot just go on wearing heels with dresses with heels. So you have to shift to shirt and jeans, denim.
Then you have a
Kana
blazer.
magdali-dali.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You should have a blazer, and now you're wearing one. And I know you have many blazers too, right? Like when you attend meetings or sessions in the city hall. So I think you have also a number of blazers. Yeah. Tank top, which you're also wearing now. You have a yellow tank top underneath your blazer. Black stiletto. You should.
I have my favorite.
Okay, so what's your stand on wearing stilettos? What are the limitations? Because just like what you said, you may look younger than your age, but we cannot deny the fact that we reach 50, we have these joint issues, bone issues. So
Um, I go to work every day wearing heels, but on a Monday, I usually wear stilettos
on Monday,
on
every
Monday.
Monday. Ah,
Yeah.
so you have to really bear the pain.
Yeah.
But
Part
the
of being
benefits are-
sexy.
Exactly. You have to, no pain, no glory, But but of course, it's undeniable that some shoes are really comfortable. Some are not.
Yes,
So it depends actually. Then you should have denim pants, right?
I have.
And you should have at least one sneaker. Of course, you
I
have that.
have.
By the way, since we're talking about sneakers, what's your fitness routine? Do you diet?
I use-
Just diet or
Here's the thing, because actually, if I feel that I'm getting a little bit bigger, I make it a point, Jude, to diet because I can no longer afford to buy dresses. So mag-diet good ko basta I feel nga nanambo ko. And then before I used to go to gym because free man ko diha sa Don's gym. So but with the very hectic schedule na undang gid siya. But mao ra gid na siya if I had a feeling that I'm getting huge already, I diet good.
exactly. So you're really
Alright.
you're really limited.
I diet kay kuan kanang looking forward the kids are growing up already and it's a given fact that they will have a family of their own magpaibog sa tapanang sa uy lain sa kaayo.
When you actually become on the heavier side actually, everything will be
Oo.
limited. The color of the clothes, the
Yeah.
design. So you will actually
Yeah.
be worried actually too much. So it's really worth it. It's really
Mm.
worth it. Um, and um, your being a fashion icon has been cemented because you've been the face and an endorser and a spokesperson for a lot of establishments, and one of those is RGL Photography. Amazing high fashion editorial you have right there. So what's your story with RGL Photography?
Okay, the lady behind RJL is actually a niece of mine. So it was like 2016 when uh, John Osmeña was the mayor. Kunya mura ba siya kanang humot-humot. He was really very influential. So my niece came up to me if it's okay ba kuno nga she would do a photo shoot with me. Mura ganahan sa ko ano kay it's not every day that you will be given the chance to do that one unya kanang since birth wa gid ko kasuway biswayan tanibi, and it was never really, yeah, it was never easy, but she made it easier for me to be casual, to be normal, but the feeling is really fulfilling.
And she was right to choose you because you have the looks and you have what it takes. So congratulations. And
Thank you.
it happened last year, right?
No, it's like 5 years ago when
5 years.
Mayor is yeah.
Yes. I love the production design. I love the costume. I love the model and the my goodness. Mom,
It was
Mom,
during
Risa,
actually the it was done during I was at the limelight at that time because you do not get to see every day the person that you just saw on TV. So murag nasikat-sikat po gamay ato kay I was with him all the time.
my final question for you is: have you worn same outfit twice in two different events?
I cannot really recall, but I believe there are instances. But
There is instances.
you have to, like, if you wear a dress now, so since you do not have anything to wear anymore, so you just put a little bit of kanang buwak-buwak, so it has to look different. So butang blazer or butang og shawl. So I think it's never the same, but na-enhance siya. Gi-enhance.
You heard it straight from just now. You can accessorize. You can just render an effort to really make it different. Yes.
Yeah.
And mix and match it with a different fashion piece, and it becomes brand new. It becomes a new ensemble. Well, thank you very much, Marisa. I never thought this would be possible because I never have an idea on how you will actually take this kind of invitation. But I'm so happy that John said that you're actually okay with it. I appreciate this. I hope to see you in. Of course, I've seen you in person.
Yes.
I hope to see you in person.
We
and
have to see each other in person.
talk. So we'll have that kind of opportunity, of course. We will make that opportunity for us to see each other and just for me to say thank you to you over dinner or whatever. So let's just see what the future holds. Thank you very much, and for everything that you do, not only for your family but for the city of Toledo.
Thank you as well. I'm really very much honored to be with you tonight.
Yay! So this is another highlight of my career as a vlogger. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your
Thank
evening.
you. Thank you.
Bye.